Good afternoon. It's 4 p.m. We'll call the regular meeting of January 18th, 2023 of the Sacramento Housing Redevelopment Commission to order. We requested all commissioners, staff, and participants keep your microphones muted unless they are speaking. We are using Zoom tonight, so I'll be asking for comments from each member on each of the item or group of items after the staff presentations. If you have any comments or questions outside of that point, please use the raise hand feature. Amber, roll call,
Yes.
please.
Okay. Chair Morgan,
Here.
Vice Chair Manfor, Commissioner Duncan,
Here.
Commissioner Nunley,
Here.
Commissioner Osmany,
Here.
Commissioner Ramos,
Here.
Commissioner Ross. Not here. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to come, but he might be a little late.
All right. Thank you. Commissioner Sajabu,
Here.
Commissioner Starks,
Yes.
and Commissioner Wu. All
Present.
right. Thank you.
All right, that'll take us to the public comment. I'll ask Amber to please read the public comment script.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me, but it's a little hard to hear you. Is it just us or? Oh, it's just us.
A little.
Let me check. Maybe I'll adjust my sound here.
Right. Persons wishing to address the commission on subjects not on the agenda but within the jurisdiction of the commission may do so at this time. The commission cannot discuss or take action on matters not on the agenda for this meeting. Members of the public with questions are encouraged to contact staff before or after the meeting. To speak on an agenda item, please use the raise your hand feature or press *9 on your phone, and speakers are limited to 3 minutes. And I have no public comments.
All right. So if there's no comments, we'll move on to consent items. Approval of commission minutes from December 7th and resolution SHRC 202301 authorizing public meetings to be held via teleconference pursuant to Government Code Section 5493E and making findings and determinations regarding the same. And resolution 202 SHRC 202302 approving application for funding and the execution of a grant agreement and any amendments thereto from the 2022-2023 funding year of the state ESG program, continuing of care allocation NOFA. So
I'll move it.
Yeah, I'll second it. The only reason why I hesitated was because I wasn't here for the December meeting. So if there's no objections to the minutes, then I will second Commissioner Wu's motion.
okay, motion by Wu, second by Nunley.
All right, I'll do a roll call vote. Chair Morgan,
Yes.
Vice Chair Manfor,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Commissioner Osmany,
Aye.
Commissioner Ramos,
Aye.
Commissioner Ross. Is he still not here? Okay. Commissioner Sajabu
Aye.
and Commissioner Starks.
Yes.
I think, did you miss me?
Yeah, I did because you seconded it already. So
Okay, never mind.
I was trying to save time.
That was your vote. Discussion items number 4, resolution SHRC 202303 authorizing SHRA executive director to execute any and all agreements needed to implement the middle income housing bond policy.
Right, we have Christine.
Yes, so Christine's going to do the presentation on this one.
Good afternoon, Commission. Christine Weichert. The item before you is the middle income housing bond policy, which includes goals, processes, and underwriting criteria. This will allow the city to become a member of a joint powers agency or JPA which can issue tax exempt bonds to finance multifamily developments affordable to households earning 80 to 100% of area median income. I should point out that the City Council requested SHRA develop these policies quickly, and they were adopted by City Council last month. While Council has already adopted the policies, it is still important for the Commission to be aware of them and to approve the resolution authorizing the administration of this new program. For background, this financing approach has been used in California since 2019, but there are limited regulations. Adoption of this policy will help ensure the public benefit of the bonds, assess future requests, provide an inclusive approach, and support middle-income housing. SHRA will administer the policy, review applications, and present future projects and agreements to the Commission and City Council for approval. The goals include producing deed-restricted middle-income units and maximizing regional housing needs assessments, or RHNA goals, ensuring affordability for at least 30 years for new construction and 55 years for acquisition. And thirdly, encouraging project benefits such as allowing for rapid conversion of units to middle income, providing economic developments, and furthering neighborhood revitalization. The policy requires that annual reports be submitted to SHRA by the developer, and these will help SHRA determine if the project continues to meet its requirements. In conclusion, staff recommends adoption of the middle income bond policies and is available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Any questions or comments? Cecile?
Thank you so much, Christine. I really appreciate your presentations. They're very succinct, brief, to the point. I love it. The only question that I had, I noticed in the backup documentation, I believe it's, what is it? The City Council recommendation and what have you. And it listed the affordability levels, and it used a 4-person household. And it talked about the monthly at 80%, 100, 120, which was great information. I love having that type of thing. So at a quick glance, you can kind of have an idea of what's going on. The only thing that I wonder about, and I imagine this may be either some type of documentation a little bit later, because it says monthly rent of 2108, let's say for the low income, 80% of AMI. But it doesn't really talk about what size of unit that would be. I mean, let's say the 2108 is for a family of 4, but then it kind of makes me wonder, is that for, in theory, not that I assume that it would be, but would that be for like a studio unit, or what size of unit would that be for a family of 4? Because it still can be a little unbalanced, so to speak, if you just had that and it doesn't kind of equate with what size the needs of the family are. So I just kind of wondered about that. Is there something that kind of does that little crosswalk for us at all?
Oh, absolutely. And I think we have the full chart on our internet, or I could get it for you. But it's usually for a family of 4, that would be a minimum of a 2-bedroom. It could be a 3-bedroom as well. So we sort of look at the size of the unit, the family size, and the income of that family to determine what the rents will be.
Okay, all right. Just kind of wondered about that, but if it's on the website, I appreciate it.
It's usually two per
2 per room is on average.
Okay.
on average.
So minimum, this would be like a 2-bedroom, then it sounds like.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
2 to a 3, somewhere in there. Mhm.
all right. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, I will accept is there any public comment? Okay, I will accept a motion.
So
I'll
moved.
make the motion. Yeah, I was going to say I'll make the motion, but
I got 3 people making the motion, so
I think a man 4 was first.
I will accept that. So Commissioner Vice Chair Amand for motion, and we'll give the second to Wu.
All right.
As I heard him ahead of.
My
Commissioner
button
Duncan.
was faster.
All right, so roll call, Chair Morgan
Yes,
and Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Commissioner Nunley,
Aye.
Commissioner Osmany,
Aye.
Commissioner Ramos,
Aye.
Commissioner Ross,
Aye.
Commissioner Stajabu,
Aye.
and Commissioner Starks.
Yes.
all right, that will take us to resolution SHRC 2023-04, approving an agreement with Lennar Communities for dedication of 3.9 acres of land in the villages at Elder Creek Development to the Sacramento Housing Redevelopment Agency pursuant to Chapter 22.35 Sacramento County Code related to affordable housing.
All right, we have Vicky Smith presenting this for us.
Good afternoon, members of the commission and Chair Morgan. My name is Vicki Smith. I'm a management analyst at SHRA. This report asks for the approval of a land dedication agreement with Lennar Homes in compliance with the county's affordable housing ordinance. SHRA administers this ordinance on behalf of the county. Under the ordinance's residential projects with 5 or more dwelling units are required to provide an affordable housing component. This requirement can be fulfilled through the land dedication, payment of fees, or by constructing affordable units on site. In 2021, SHRA was notified that Lennar Homes was interested in a possible land dedication to fulfill their affordable housing obligation for the proposed villages at Elder Creek.
Vicky, I think you're a little bit in and out in terms of ability to hear you. So I don't know if maybe if you lean as close into the microphone. I'm not sure.
Sorry, do you want me to start over or just?
No, if you could just maybe even speak up a little bit louder,
sure.
outside voice.
So under the ordinance, this applies to any development with 5 or more units. And in 2021, SHRA was notified that Lennar Communities was interested in a land dedication to fulfill their obligation for their proposed villages at Elder Creek, Florin Vineyard development. Florin Vineyard is a total of 170.5 acres and is separated into 7 subdivisions and will ultimately have a total of 937 single-family units. The units are located in the Florin Vineyard area of Sacramento near Elk Grove, Florin, and Florin Road. A lot of Florins going on here. The property proposed for dedication to fulfill their obligation is 3.9 acre parcel. So as Lennar is nearly complete with their planning and are ready to begin pulling building permits, they have officially requested to fulfill their affordable housing obligation using land dedication. SHRA has prepared the land dedication agreement and the affordable housing strategy that are required by the ordinance, and those were both attached to your staff report. Staff have visited the site and have determined that once the required infrastructure is installed, the site will be suitable for development. County planning staff have also reviewed the site and have indicated that the property can accommodate a minimum of 90 or a maximum of 120 dwelling units, and this meets the developer's obligation under the ordinance for affordable housing. Within the next 2 years, they'll be working on the infrastructure, and sometime once that is completed, the property would be transferred to SHRA. At that point, the agency would solicit for an affordable housing developer to build the units on the property. This concludes our presentation, and we're here for any questions, and thank you for your time.
So I think, because we still, your voice is kind of coming in and out. Maybe Christine, if you can do the Cliff Notes version of what Vicky just said.
Right, and I think I hear most of what Vicky said, but again, developers in this county of Sacramento have lots of ways to meet their obligation under the affordable housing ordinance. And one of those ways is to dedicate land to us here at SHRA. And we have a developer, Lennar, that's willing to dedicate almost 4 acres of land to SHRA to meet their obligation. And Vicky, I think that's in the report outlines where that land is in the Florin Vineyard area. And we think it's a great site. We've done a lot of due diligence, and we will, of course, find an affordable housing developer to work with us to develop the site once it's dedicated to us and all the infrastructure is in, curbs, gutters, sidewalks, all that kind of stuff, streets, which, as Vicky said, will probably be in a couple of years. But we're bringing this forward to the Commission and the Board of Supervisors with the recommendation of approval to accept this land and find an affordable developer when the time is right.
Okay, any questions? Martin,
Yes. All right. Hey, that sounds great. So I do have a question regarding infrastructure. So can you tell me a little bit more what that means? Are they just dedicating the land, or do they put water and utility access and all those other kinds of things, and so it's ready to go for a housing developer? Or do they just, I mean, I know it fits the rules, but
We'll give it a shot, and if
yeah.
Vicky wants to add to it, since hopefully we'll be able to.
Yeah.
You know,
And then the
compare.
second question that goes along with that is, why does a developer, although that's an option, just choose to dedicate the land? Well, I mean, if they're already purchasing land, why don't they do housing also? Is there some kind of greater value that, or is when they built housing on top of the land that I'm sure they already own, adding housing is just, you know, some additional benefit? Or is the idea of getting, you know, close to 4 acres of land give us more opportunity to put more folks into housing? Because if they were just to build their own affordable housing structure, when you're talking about the total aggregate cost of the land and the structure, it may be a fewer number of units that's provided. So that's my second question.
Yeah, both really good questions. So from the infrastructure, Lennar, the developer of the subdivisions, will have to do everything, all the infrastructure up to the site. So as I was saying, all the underground work, so your sewer, your water, getting things, you know, to the site, electrical, things like that. They'll also put the roads in, the sidewalks in, the street lights in, everything you can imagine, and getting all the infrastructure to the site. Then the affordable housing developer then will, of course, take what's sort of stubbed to the site and then carry that out through the development. So Lennar will have to get it all ready. That's why we don't want to accept it until all of that offsite infrastructure is there. That's one of our criteria. We want to make sure that all the affordable housing developer has to do is what they need to do for their affordable housing development, not all that, you know, other infrastructure site. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's the first question. So that's terrific.
Okay, great.
So the second part would be just
Yeah.
to understand a strategy of why a home developer may choose one versus the other, and maybe thinking of it of a benefit to helping solve the housing shortage problem. Does dedicating land and putting in infrastructure with, now I see the augmented cost of that on top of just the land, because they have to put in all that infrastructure. But by dedicating that land, is the benefit to the community that, hey, if you find a developer, you can get more housing units on, because if we, Lennar or Luminar, was going to build that themselves, and it may, you know, be half of the housing that would be made available, because they would say, hey, not only did we have to put in the infrastructure, the roads and all that, but now we built the housing units on top of it. And because of that, instead of getting, I'm making it up, I'm broad brushing it. So because of that, instead of getting the ability to put in 80 units, now you get 40, because we had to build it all. And maybe that helps it become a more exciting opportunity, because we can get more units. You just have to find an affordable housing developer to construct them.
No, I think you hit on some of it, absolutely. So Lennar, well, first of all, a developer in the county has lots of options. They can pay a fee, they can dedicate land, they can build the affordable housing themselves. But as you know, most affordable housing tends to be multifamily development. And, you know, there are various reasons for that. And sort of cost can be part of that, but also the ability for property management, resident services, all those things that go along with multifamily developments that you don't see in single family homes. And Lennar is a single family home builder. That's what they do. So, you know, and to build, you know, as Vicky said, we're looking to build up to 120 units on the land that's being dedicated to us. And, you know, building 120 single family homes, really, there would be some, you know, cost implications and property management implications with that. So that's why, you know, I think they're choosing to go the land dedication, right? They don't really want to build affordable housing. They're not an affordable housing developer. They're just looking for SHRA to say, here's some land, go find an affordable housing developer.
Okay, that's fantastic. I'm excited about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Martin. I'm just gonna make a comment from the construction side of everything. The style of construction is substantially different, and they may not be comfortable working in that other field. And so that's very likely why they would swap out. Cecile, you're next.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Christine and Vicky, for the presentation and also your backup documents. I love this map that you guys provided us. One of the things that I really love about it is you show the parks, you show the schools, you show everything. Also, you also showed transit stops, which I thought was great. That led me to two questions. One, it appears that the parcel to be dedicated is right next to a park, which is probably a good thing for these I assume it would be low-income families, and so they have a park right next to them. However, on that bus line, the transit stops, which I am assuming are buses, I noticed that they stop well short of where that the parcel to be dedicated is, which leads me to question, will there possibly be in the future an extension of that line or something? Because many times those with low income, they may need public transit. And so that was my one question on that. I don't know who has an answer. Maybe you don't have an answer now.
I mean, I can try. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can. I think these are planned, and so I think over time, you know, this is gosh, it's maybe as long as 10 years till this all gets built out. So, I think as things go on, they probably, but we can pass those comments along to the developer. Certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like, if I had to guess, maybe an eighth of a mile from sort of the development. So it's still not too terribly long, but you know, maybe we could move it up across the street from the affordable.
Especially when the affordable housing developer comes in and they start looking at it in terms of applying for tax credits. So then they're going to look to see, I think it's a quarter mile or whatever it has. So then that's where negotiation goes in, working with the transit district, because there might be, you know, more than enough capacity once you have all of those units there for the bus line now to make an extra stop or go a little bit further and then make a turn. I know we've done that on other projects. As we have developed them out, such as Mirasol, as well as Phoenix Park. We negotiated with the transit provider for additional stops.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. We'll go to Commissioner Manfor.
Thank you. I just have a question in regards to what Lennar will be developing. Will there be a demarcation as far as possibly like a gate or anything that they'll be building that'll separate the dedicated land and what they create? Because I just want to make sure that there isn't something that's just separating to make it seem like this is a different community compared to what they've developed, you know?
Should I give that a shot? Okay. So yes and no. I mean, we will try to make sure the architecture and all blends in as we can with the development, so you can't really tell that there's a, you know, a different development. As you can see, this is going to be more against, well, there's one parcel the commercial and across from single family developments. Most are multifamily properties though, do have like a wrought iron fence or like a gate for entry. And we ask often developers to do that so that there's some, making sure that the people that are supposed to be on the site are on the site, that not, the folks that don't live there or aren't, official guests aren't just coming onto the property uninvited. So I would expect, and again, I think we're a few years out for this, getting the affordable housing developer, that the developer probably will put some kind of fencing, not like a masonry wall or anything like that, but more like a nice wrought iron fence and a gate. So there probably will be that, as they are with most of our affordable housing developments.
Okay, I just want to make a statement because I just don't want to give the impression that because there's something separating them, there's the vision of like, okay, this is different from what you guys are, and I just don't want people to feel as if like, okay, this is just almost like there's a vision, there's an implication as far as perspective, as far as okay, this is low income and this is the better housing system, so I just want to make sure that there isn't any stark differences as far as separation between each development.
Right. So one of the good things about this being turned over to SHRA is that we in turn will be working with the affordable housing developer. And so that affordable housing developer will be held to our standards and our multifamily guidelines. And if you've seen any of our products, then you know that standard is very high, so that it doesn't do exactly what you're saying, to make it kind of a stigmatized type of community where it's like, oh, that's where those people live. No, we're looking for something to blend into the community, to not look any different and have very high quality standards. And we hold those developers to that standard.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. Martin.
I just wanted to piggyback on that. So Michelle, thank you. Executive Director Michelle, thank you for that comment, because I was a little bit confused. And Commissioner Manford, thank you for the clarification, because I was thinking you wanted a fence, and I was like, no, I was going to be in disagreement with that.
No.
We're on the same page. I think it is important because there's just so many benefits. We want everyone to move forward and to feel included and to interact. So I would hope that there would not be a fence, but maybe a demarcation or a sign that says you're entering into a new property. Please check in with the front office as it is for residents, or maybe even some sort of plant, maybe a shrub type of fencing, type of demarcation instead of like a fence. So I'm just stating that I don't like wrought iron fences. I think those separate, and I think there's other ways to achieve that. So if that could be noted, that perhaps some plants or other types of things that could mark a boundary may be more welcoming for everyone, physically and mentally and emotionally. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what others think about that.
We will definitely work with the affordable housing developer in terms of the landscaping and the entry and all of those types of things, but it definitely will be held to a very high standard. Sometimes it depends on just where it's located. If it's on a corner, if it's a family development and their kids, and where's the playground and the pool and entries and exits, all of those things are evaluated.
Thank you.
There will be a stark difference though between that property and the other, just in the fact they're single family homes versus apartments. So there is going to be that perspective difference. Okay, any other comments? Is there any public comments?
I was going to ask if staff, if you guys, at what point in this whole chain do you guys connect with SMUD in terms of, anything in terms of, another low income place, and maybe from the start, there might be some benefits, some things that we might be able to.
We'll put the site out for a request for proposals for affordable housing developers. And as soon as we select one, that is one of the things we'll definitely encourage right off the bat, that they look into that before they even almost start designing it.
Perfect, perfect. I guess we have that smart design piece there at SMUD too that might help offset.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Is there any public comment?
We have none.
Okay, so I will take a motion.
Aye.
So moved. Second.
Folks are fast.
Yeah, I was, I don't know who went first.
I think it was a man for, and then was it Ross was second?
Well, I'll think, I was third, but I'll take second.
Who was
because,
second?
Some other
was.
fast people hitting the hot
I
button.
think it
but,
was, oh, it was Woo.
I would like the second, but yeah.
You can
we'll
have it.
diversify it.
Okay, we'll give
all
it to
right.
Ross.
All right, thank you, thank you. I just want to be part of the movement there.
All right. So we'll do the roll call. Chair Morgan,
Aye.
Vice Chair Manfor was yes. Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Commissioner Nunley,
Aye.
Commissioner Osmany,
Aye.
Commissioner Ramos,
Aye.
Commissioner Ross,
Aye.
Commissioner Stajabu,
Aye.
Commissioner Starks,
Yes.
and Commissioner Wu.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
All right, that takes us to item number 6, election of commission chair and vice chair. And you can introduce the item, members?
Yes, so how we're going to do this is the chair is going to ask for some nominations from the members of the commission. And then once you guys make your nominations orally, the chair will make a motion to close the nominations. So we'll do that motion. Need a 2/3 vote to close the nominations. And then I will do a poll so that you guys can all vote on for the chair. And then I'll tell you the results of that. It is anonymous. It just requires a simple majority vote. And then we will state the results and then do the same process for the vice chair. Does anyone have any questions on that? All
I
right.
do. Oh, I do have.
Okay.
Mr. Ramos.
So my understanding is that we're not allowed to do any secret voting through any anonymous means under the Brown Act. So the idea of doing an anonymous thing, I just want to raise that.
So it's going to be anonymous to me. I mean, like on here, but we're following Rosenberg's rules of order, and that's how they do it. I can download the results at the end and share the results. But it's not live on here. You don't see who's voting live on the screen.
Okay, I just have some concerns about that because I've in my Brown Act interactions before, I believe that any vote, even preliminarily, they can't be conducted secretly. So I would just raise that as an issue.
Okay.
So we'll display the votes at the end. Is that
Yes.
satisfactory?
So we would. Do we put it in the chat? Is that how we do it?
Now I'm going to put a poll on the screen and then you can each vote on the poll.
On that screen poll?
Yes.
I'm sorry, sorry to jump in again, but can I? So if I'm understanding that correctly, there's a poll that it's just voting for any member of the commission.
Now I'm going to do it for who was nominated. So you guys will make the nominations and then I'll put the names in the poll and then you guys can vote.
Oh, I see.
On those names.
Okay. Yeah, just be curious to see who's interested and maybe there's just consensus that way.
Yeah, that would be easier.
So are the nominations open?
Not till I open them.
Well, open them, dadgummit.
I had to make sure Amber was done before I take over again.
Wow, Sam, calm
she is-
down.
She has made her presentation.
This is not for me.
We've concluded the questions about the process. So nominations are now open for chairperson.
Well, Gail, you know, I'm your supporter, so I'm putting you up again. So there you go.
I'm fine with not taking the seat, but I'll accept.
Okay. That's no buts. Thank you.
Nominations are still open.
I would like to nominate Emmanuel Amanfor, Commissioner Amanfor.
Okay,
I would like to nominate you, Gail, again.
say again.
I'd like to nominate, I mean, you've already been, never mind. That's it, that's it.
Okay.
No, there.
Seeing,
And I believe it's open for anyone to nominate themselves also, correct?
yes, yes.
So please feel free to nominate yourselves, everyone.
Any other nominations?
You can didn't like decline the nomination if you don't want to do it also.
So seeing no other nominations, I move that we close nominations and ask for a roll call on that motion.
Can we do a first and second first, please?
I'll second.
I was the first, so
Okay,
Cecile would be the second.
all right. Vice Chair Manfor,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Commissioner Osmany,
Aye.
Commissioner Ramos,
Aye.
Commissioner Ross,
Aye.
Commissioner Stajabu,
Aye.
Commissioner Starks,
Yes.
and Commissioner Wu.
Aye.
All right, so I will do this poll real quick.
So we have two members to vote for.
Correct.
And I'll just make a quick campaign speech. Vote for Emmanuel.
Can I make my campaign speech? Let's vote for Gail. He's an awesome chair. He's done great. He has a great record. And you know, I think it's always a pleasure to have him within the to lead. So that's my campaign speech.
I have served 3 years in a row. I'm the first person to ever have done that. And there's the poll.
Is it supposed to allow you to put a mark on a name?
Yeah, so you're
Alright.
voting for either Morgan or a Manfor.
Well,
It doesn't allow us, about
it doesn't
none.
allow us.
It says hosts and panelists can't vote at the bottom.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
So you have to let the hosts and the panelists vote. Recreate the poll, I guess.
You want us to do it verbally? Do you want to just go and do a name?
hold on. I think I got it. Oops.
Okay.
You have to click allow panelists to participate. There we go. Does that work? Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, it works.
Amber,
Yes.
because I'm a host, I can't vote.
Oh,
So
okay. If you want to just send me in the chat or just tell me. I'm guessing you're voting for a Manfor.
yes,
Okay.
We can't cancel each other out, you know.
Okay, did everyone else get done voting? All right.
Yes.
Okay. So there's the results.
Looks like we've
congratulations, Emmanuel.
passed the torch here.
Thank you, thank you. It was a very hard election.
All right, so I'll download those results.
Does this take next meeting, Lachelle, or does this happen now?
That happens the next meeting.
The next meeting?
It happens when I say meeting adjourned.
You're itching to say that, aren't you?
So should we be able to say some comments? Oh, Brad's coming on. Let's all act right. Here he is.
Oh, I just wanted to notify Amber of the requirements I had sent her.
Yeah, so my plan is to tell everyone who voted what, but when I download the results, it just says anonymous, so that doesn't help me at all. So we'll just go through each one and say who you voted for, because I thought it would tell me, it's supposed to tell me who voted what, but the report does not do that. So sorry, I'm new at this poll. Sorry, guys. First poll. All right, so Chair Morgan, you voted for Amanfor, correct?
Yes.
So Amanfor, who did you vote for?
Chair Morgan.
All right, Commissioner Duncan.
I voted for Amanfor.
Okay, Commissioner Griffin. Oh, he's absent. Commissioner Nunley,
I voted for Amanfor.
Commissioner Osmany,
Amanfor.
Commissioner Ramos,
Amanfor.
Commissioner Ross,
Morgan, because Amanfor was reluctant, so I said, well, I'll just go with the flow. So
okay.
either
Commissioner
one would be
Stajabu?
great. Either one would be great.
Yes, definitely. Commissioner Stajabu,
Amanfor.
Commissioner Starks,
Morgan.
and Commissioner Wu.
Morgan.
All right, so Amanfor it is, and then we can start that for vice chair.
Okay, nominations are now open for,
Can you, Mr. Chair, tell us who the current vice chair is?
Manuel Manfor is the current vice chair.
Oh, how appropriate.
That is like we used to do it, you know? You served a year as vice chair and then you were elected as chair the next year. We did that for years. So nominations are now open for vice chair.
I almost want to see who wants to do it. Go ahead, Sajabu.
I nominate Commissioner Morgan.
Okay, I see Sajabu has her hand up. Or did.
I nominate Commissioner Morgan.
Okay. Commissioner Nunley.
Just because I think that it is nice to have new members and refreshing, so I would like to nominate Commissioner Duncan if she is so willing.
Yes, I am willing.
Good.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I keep forgetting that it's nomination, not vote.
Any other nominations?
I was going to nominate Commissioner Nunley even before she said my name, but you know, it's up to you if you want to do that.
She said
She
no.
has declined.
I would, you know, in the spirit of competition, you know, Jazzy would be a hell of a vice chair as well. So is she going to reject me? Again, I've been rejected yet again.
I'm only going to reject the nomination because I have some exciting news that I was accepted to law school and I'm not sure I should take on the responsibility as vice chair.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Any other nominations?
I would like to nominate Andres if he would like to be nominated. If you don't
Sure.
accept my nomination, my request to be nominated.
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Any other nominations? Seeing none, I move to close nominations and I get a second.
Second.
Second by Wu. Roll call, please.
All right, Vice Chair Manfor,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Commissioner Nunley,
Aye.
Commissioner Osmany,
Aye.
Commissioner Ramos,
Aye.
Commissioner Ross,
Aye.
Commissioner Stajabu,
Aye.
Commissioner Starks.
Yes.
All right, so I will go through each member and then just tell me, you can vote for Morgan, Duncan, or Ramos. Chair Morgan,
Duncan,
Vice Chair Manfor,
Duncan.
Commissioner Duncan.
I'm voting for Ramos.
Okay. Commissioner Nunley.
Question.
Mhm.
I guess we've already started it, but we're not going to do the poll?
No, because it didn't show me the results properly and it
Hmm.
can't be anonymous. I have to be able to let you know who voted what at the end.
And I vote for Duncan.
Okay, Commissioner Osmani,
Duncan,
Commissioner Ramos,
Oh, I guess I should vote for myself.
okay, and Commissioner Ross.
I'm going to vote for Ramos. Either would be good. I
Okay,
just, yeah.
Commissioner Sajabu.
Morgan,
Okay, Commissioner Starks
Duncan,
and Commissioner Wu.
Duncan,
All right, I have Morgan with 1, Duncan with 6, and Ramos with 3. So that would make our new vice chair, Commissioner Duncan.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Everyone would be good.
Yeah, I think any of y'all can do the job.
Yeah, anyone would be good. Yeah.
Just takes a week learning how to do Zoom and then you're good for it. No, it doesn't take that long.
Mr. Chair, is there a time for on the agenda for chairs elect and vice chair elect to say some words?
We could make that part of the election process if you would like.
I didn't know if Brad had any words on that, but
No concerns. Thanks, though.
If we make that part of the election process rather than another item. So
yes, a part of the election process, so they can say a few words.
So
Yeah.
Brad,
Chair-elect, you're up.
So a few words as far as I mean, there's nothing much I can say. I mean, it's been great. It's a great experience. You learn a lot. And I think that, one thing I would say is that it's always a pleasure to see everyone quick to jump into making motions. That shows the dedication and impact and influence that we have and the passion that we have with the work that we do. So I think as a vice chair, it's always great to be able to see the panelists, everyone working collaboratively, and also being able to get through things very smooth with Gail's leadership. So definitely want to thank everyone for providing me the support that was needed to be the vice chair for this. Thank you.
Okay, and vice chair-elect.
I would like to thank all of my supporters for your votes and nominations. No, it's been a pleasure for the little bit of time that I've been on the board, on the commission, to learn from everyone, and I look forward to the opportunities to continue that education. And I just appreciate having the opportunity to be here. Thanks. Thank you.
Sam.
Well, I'm not an elected person, but I do want to say about Gail that your leadership over the past 2 to 3 years has been really refreshing, and it has kind of given us stability in ways that maybe some of the folks that are on this panel might not know, but for maybe Cecile. So, hopefully you can pass on and pass down some of that wisdom to some of those who are now in place. My words to those who put their name in, you know that we are relying on your leadership as well, even though that you might not be an elected person, but we're going to be looking at you and relying on you to give us with your wisdom as well. So please don't see anything that when we went this way, when we could have went that way. Just know that you know, this area, this issue that we deal with is so important, and we need your leadership. And so hooray for all.
All right, thank you, Sam. Any other election-related comments? Okay, we'll move on to the executive director's report.
Well, congratulations, a big thank you to Gail as our outgoing president, and to our president, chair-elect and vice chair-elect. Welcome, so excited to have you on board. So we usually do the passing of the gavel at the next meeting. So, or do you still have a gavel, Gail?
Vicky used to bring it.
Yeah, we used to, literally have a gavel, but
So-
we'll do a ceremonial passing of the gavel at our next meeting. So
I have
thank you.
kept one around in case I needed it for something,
Okay, I'll see. I knew you.
for public hearings, etc.
Great. And just two quick announcements. Our next meeting is going to be held on February 1st via Zoom. So make sure that that's on your calendars. And then I wanted to congratulate the reappointment of Commissioner Osmany, but hopefully we'll hear from you, I'm sure, under reports in terms of your next adventure and maybe your ability to either be on the commission or not. But congratulations on your reappointment for now.
I think that with the way my schedule is looking, there is an option for a schedule where my classes would get out at 3:30 on Wednesdays. So
Cool.
Good. And that's all I had. So.
All right, thank you. For the chair report, congratulations to both Commissioner Manfor and Commissioner Duncan. Emmanuel, you can call on me for questions anytime. Stephanie, you can call on me for questions anytime. Even stuff for how to run Zoom and stuff like that. One of the things I've always asked for, and I really haven't made it known loudly, but you notice once everybody could vote, I still couldn't. And that's because I've always asked for them to make me co-chair on Zoom so I can help drop hands or promote somebody to speak some of the technical stuff in the background. And I would encourage you both, if you don't know how to do those sort of things, do some quick research. And to everybody, always be prepared for the meetings. I usually don't harp on that, but when we come to a meeting, everybody knows what's on the agenda, and I've always had a habit of calling ahead. I had a chance to talk to Vicky and Christine. I was trying to call her something else. I knew that was wrong. I had talked to them, was it Friday, on one of the items there that I had questions on. So it's always, if you can take care of those things just before the meeting, get the questions answered, and then you're always ready to go. So my goal is always to have the best, fastest, smooth operating meetings as possible. And I hope that Chair-elect Manfor and Vice Chair-elect Duncan can follow in that vein. Cecile, you have your hand up.
Yes, I was just going to wait. I wasn't sure after your report. I wanted to be sure that we took some time to really just say thank you, Chair Morgan, for the 3 years that you did serve, because that was unusual as one of the longer serving chairs, and you didn't have to. but I noticed a couple of things right away when you took over. Number one, you wanted the meetings on time and to run very smoothly, which I appreciated. But number two, I think how much you cared about the commissioners and the commission and the work that was being done. You were the one that I believe started us receiving the newsletters from, and I can't call the name of it right now, but yeah, we started getting those newsletters because of you. And you wanted to be sure in your care and concern for the commissioners, as well as for the commission and the entire agency. I just really appreciate it and cannot thank you enough for your service and your good work, because it was inspiring and kept us all moving in the right direction. So just thank you so much, because I know your heart was really in this work.
Thank you. Martin.
I think I might just lower my hand for the second items, because we're going to, give our accolades to you. So I'll keep that up, but I did want to bring one or two other thoughts up. They're not agenda items, but they're more statements. So yes, great job, Chairman Morgan. You set a good example. Always present. I don't think even when you were out of town, you were still in the meeting. So Commissioner Duncan, if Chair-elect Amanafor copies, Chair Morgan, then you may not get a chance. But I'm hoping at least one meeting, Chair-elect Amanafor will say, "Hey, Commissioner Duncan, take over for a minute so you can get your feet wet." I would hope, but Gail, you didn't give anybody a chance, man. You did a good job. So.
First time I served as chair, I believe the young man who was my vice chair got a chance one time. I think that's it.
And it was not easy.
There was I'm trying to think what his name was. I served 1 year, a term of 1 year. And at that time that it was just sequential. You served as vice chair, and then the next year they elected you as chair. And so effectively being vice chair was your training to be chair. And I can see him. I can't. Rosa.
Josh
Rosa.
Rosa. Mhm.
Yes. He got a chance one time in my tenure to be the chairman. That was it. So, so I set a high bar for you, man.
Yeah, big shoes to fill. So of course I'm going to be counting on you.
Always be there. If you're always there, but I think everybody should always be there. That's just my thought. So, okay, we will thank you, everybody. We will move on to comments and announcements from commissioners. Martin.
Again, congratulations to all those that have been elected, and thank you, Chair Morgan, for your leadership. Okay, so I had 3 comments. One is the Christmas party was great. Thanks for letting me play steel drum. So yeah, so I enjoyed that. So if anyone needs it for something in the future, I do lectures on the African diaspora of music, tracing African polyrhythms with the collision of European diatonic music scales from West Africa through the Middle Passage, through the Caribbean, up into the Americas and into modern day music. And so I did that with the MLK 365 March a few years ago before the pandemic, and it went well. So just letting you all know about that. And I don't know, did I tell you all? I think I forgot. Afterwards, just another announcement. I may have said it, may not have said it, but I do have an identical twin brother who plays congas and others. So if you see him around. And his wife is from Mexico. My wife is generally an African-American woman. So if you think you see me with another woman, I don't know if I announced that. It's super important. You got to pause because I've been accused of things that I didn't do almost. So just letting you all know, I was like, man, every time I do a presentation, I always say it and I forgot. And I said, you guys are well known. So I just wanted to let you know that. Help me out. Help a fellow commissioner out. Okay. All right. But thank you for the wonderful Christmas party and allowing me to participate. And I'm looking forward to next year. Second item that I wanted to mention is, and I may have missed it at the beginning, my apology. I got caught up in another meeting that delayed me for just a little bit. I'll try not to allow that to happen too much, but will we be having our meetings in person anytime, or was that discussed? It was a little bit short, a little bit late, but I may have missed that. So I know that was some kind of movement that may be taking place. Is there any feedback on that?
We plan on bringing more information on that at the next meeting.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I'm ready. Online is fine with me, but I know in person getting ready to come up. I think those were actually the three comments, recognizing that those comments that I just mentioned. So thank you very much.
Feel privileged, Martin. They never let me come play my tuba.
Okay, all right, thank you. Hey,
Or
by the
actually, I
way,
never-
by the way, the MLK 365 March, I know it's a side note, your fellow commissioner, Sam Starks, and his wife, SHRA, excuse me, they did a wonderful job leading that, and I was glad to play a part of it. And don't let the rain scare you if you ever think about it next year. We had a great time, but if you go to the website, it says something to this effect. I put it in my own words. The rain didn't bother them, so it shouldn't bother us. They had Dr. King, Coretta Scott King, all drenched in, wet and getting it done, and all the other people out there. So anyway, well done, Sam. I know it's not, specific to us, but you're on this committee or this commission, and it was great leadership out there.
And I believe I saw a picture of you with my boss, Martin, with Supervisor Desmond.
Yeah, I was out there. Rich was out there. I got him to come out and said, you got to miss this. He really wanted to be out there, and it was great to have him. Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Glad to hear it.
All right.
Thank you.
Andreas, you're next.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I had a chance to go out to the MLK 365 March, and it's great seeing Commissioner Ross up there, and of course, Commissioner Starks leading it. So yeah, just really great event, and just glad that we didn't get rained out, but I had an umbrella there just in case, though fortunately didn't need it. So I had a similar question related to the in-person meetings, and but specifically just wanted to flag if we could add for that discussion around the timing, because I think we talked about if we do go to in-person, perhaps adjusting the meeting time from 4 p.m. to, I don't know, 5 or 6 or whatever, or at least to account for folks having transit time to get to the commission location. Just wanted to add that for the for when we take that up next month or next meeting or whatever that is. And that's it. And just thank you, outgoing Chair Morgan, for your years of leadership on this commission. I'm new to the commission, so I've only been here for several months, but I've really appreciated your ability to effectively run a meeting. And congratulations to Chair-elect Manafort and Vice Chair-elect Duncan. Look forward to your leadership in the meetings in the year to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Andres, I saw you out there too. I'm sorry I didn't mention your name. Can't miss the wonderful beard. I can't grow one like that, but Emmanuel and you and Gil, I guess you guys can hold up that, but I can't grow it like any of you three, but it was good to see you out there. Yes. And it's not my turn to raise the hand, but I'll raise my hand back up. No, you already mentioned a comment when you had yours. So anyway, great beards, everyone, and good to see you out there.
Sajabu. You're still muted.
Thanks for your, okay, you got me?
Yes.
All right. Tell Vicky she needs to check out her microphone. It's probably the microphone, it's not her. Director Michelle. Thank you, Gail, for your leadership through the past. Appreciate all your help and dedication. Sam Smud is my hero right now because a tree fell on my daughter's house, took a power line with it, and it was New Year's Eve. Everybody was scrambling, trying to take care of all the down trees and traffic and all the storm-related accidents. And SMUD came through for us and checked it out, told us that we couldn't leave the house because of the power line that was down on the 60-foot pine across the driveway. And they got back to us as soon as they could to remove that line and to get us out. So I just want you to know, I will never make another smart remark about SMUD, okay? They're on my good side right now. And thank you. Tell your folks thanks, because they did a great job. And anybody else who was in that storm, I hope everything is okay. None of us got hurt, so that was the best part of it. All right. And thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Manuel.
Yes, I just to reiterate some of the great things that everyone have been saying. Gail, thank you so much for everything you've done. I know you're still going to be here, but thank you. Your leadership is it's incomparable. Big shoes to fill. Definitely learned a lot, and we'll be relying on not just your support, but also on Duncan's support in the coming future. Definitely will. I think it'd be great to always have the vice chair to get those opportunities to be able to also lead, to get their experiences and get the feet wet. So that will be coming. But either way, this is just more so to celebrate you, Gail. Thank you so much for everything you've done, and just looking forward to a great year and continued support from not just you, but also from everyone. So also please give me grace just so that I can get settled in this new role. But thank you.
Great. Thank you. Suddenly, I need my notes.
Well, I just wanted to say, Gail, as you're looking for your notes, that I too am a twin, and my twin has a wife that looks like Beyonce. So if you see me with Beyonce or somebody like that, it's not me. Okay.
Thanks, Sam. All right. If there's no other business, we will go ahead and adjourn. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Sorry, Martin. And thank you for your help, Martin. You made the MLK so much easier.